Hey friends, there's a lot of stuff on Facebook about race and people think they're saying the right thing or it's okay to say things that maybe it isn't. So how about a bit of a just 101 on race, class, politics and power. So the first thing you need to understand is with the black community, especially in the United States, a lot of people used to be slaves, their families haven't accumulated a lot of wealth, or in here in Australia, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, not particularly wealthy. So they tend to be members of the working class. So for political parties that want to represent the wealthy elements of the community and want to represent their friends in industry, the 1%, what they've got to do is divide that community with campaigning and policies of divide and conquer. So what they do there often is campaign, say, to poor white folks, and their message is quite simple. Well, we haven't got much for you, but at least you're better than the blacks. And that has been a way where they get white people to vote for them. So poor white people say, oh, well, you know, we might be doing it tough, but at least we're regarded as higher than the black people in the community. And you've seen that with apartheid in South Africa, you've seen it in the United States, you've seen it in the UK, and even elements of it here in Australia, I'm sad to say. So that's how race and class intersect. And of course, if working class white folks would vote with the black community and with immigrant communities for what's in their interests, of course we would have democratic socialist governments delivered things like free healthcare, free education and decent public services for the people in the community that need it the most. But just getting on to power, that's one thing people don't understand about race. It's not just about whether you're black or white, it's about power. So for example, if you put 20 black people and 20 white people in a bus, that's not equality if the 20 black people have to sit at the back of the bus. Is that clear? Like I live in Cairns, for example. Cairns has had a local government in its modern form for well over 100 years. We just had an election and not one black person was elected. But more significantly, we've never had a black person elected to our local council here. Sure, maybe local councils aren't the most important thing, but I'm sure we've never had an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander head of our Chamber of Commerce appointed as a judge in town. And when people are excluded from all aspects of society that have power, guess what? That is systemic racism. Okay, you got it? And to redress that, you have to say, look, these people are getting incarcerated, hospitalized, etc., at a higher rate than everyone else. So let's lend a hand to help them. So the Black Lives Movement and many of the policies that I support are about lending a hand to help people. Okay? So hopefully you got that and you can get the picture that saying Black Lives Matter is exactly the same as saying all lives matter. It's just a matter of wanting to hand out your hand in friendship and support to make sure other people have the same opportunities that you do. No, we can do this, people. Let's pull together. Thank you, comrades.